Hey, it's a great day. I'm Mike Current, Energizer, and today is day 32 on the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, so let's do this. So for today, Duracell and I are going to take a zero in the town of Damascus. And as you know, a zero is where you just don't do any miles on trail. It's a rest day, so to speak, but you're doing all the preparation, resupply, laundry, all that. But that's what we're going to be doing today. So what I would like to do with this video today is I would like to start talking about equipment. People always want to know what's inside the rucksack. What am I carrying? You know, does it work? Does it not work? Now, later on in one of my other zeros that I take further down the trail, I will go and talk about my full kit and equipment. But today I want to talk about my luxury items. What am I carrying that I really don't need, but I like? They make things convenient. See, everything on the trail is all about weight. You know, the smaller the backpack, the less weight in the backpack, then it's easier to hike. You can do more miles, the trail is easier to walk, but you're sacrificing comfort the smaller you go. So you're trying to find that balance. And what thru hikers try to do is get their base weight down as low as possible without sacrificing too much comfort. And base weight is everything in the rucksack besides expendables. Food, water, fuel canister, toothpaste, stuff that you're using and is expended. That is not counted in base weight. But you want to get your base weight down. Walked in, and at the Broken Fiddle, I was talking to a thru hiker that he came in Damascus, and his base weight was so high, he was like, I love being on the trail, but I can't do this anymore. He went into the outfitter in Damascus and he said, square me away. And through buying kind of a whole new set of lightweight gear, he dropped his base weight by 15 pounds. The base weight by 15 pounds. My base weight total when I started didn't hit 15 pounds. And now, as you saw yesterday, I got rid of some of my hot gear. I'm probably down around the 12, 13 pound range. And I will go through all the pieces of equipment and do some reviews about some of my new items in a subsequent video down the road. But today I want to talk about those items that had a little bit of weight, but I really like. And so we're going to talk about those. And there's three, and then I've got one bonus thing. So the first one I want to talk about is my Sea to Summit air pillow. You blow this thing up, and it's just a lightweight pillow is what it is. I'm a side sleeper, so having that extra support is really nice. Now, some people consider this to be a luxury item because they'll just ball up their extra clothing at night or something else, and they'll put that under their head. But for me, yeah, I really like this thing. And this is the fourth thru hike this particular pillow has been on, the Sea to Summit pillow. And so it's lasted, it's comfortable, it keeps my head, you know, nice and comfortable. And the better sleep you have at night, the better recovery you have, and the better you're able to hike the next day. So first item, luxury item, my Sea to Summit pillow. The next item is a Flex Tail air pump. This is just a little battery operated pump. You can hear it. It runs on a 123 rechargeable battery, so you can USB plug and charge it in and it recharges. And what this thing does is it blows up my air mattress at night. The one thing I hate doing while I'm backpacking, while I'm thru hiking, is blowing up the air mattress at night. I'm tired. I just want to get everything set up, and I hate sitting there and just blowing and it just takes too long. And then the condensation inside your lungs will actually put mold into the air mattress. So you really don't want to do that. They do come, air mattresses do come with this special bag where you kind of fill it up and then you squeeze the air out of it. It's kind of time consuming, and I don't have the dexterity to do it. But that's the way of being able to blow up the air mattress and not put the condensation from your lungs in it. The thing is that the bag that comes with like the Thermarest air mattress weighs more. The extra bag to fill it up weighs more than this does. And this does it all by itself. You know, you put it in there, it blows up the air mattress, and then I'm blowing up my pillow or I'm doing something else. And then when it's done, I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, this thing is outstanding. I really like it. And again, it weighs less than the bag that's supposed to do the job. And it does it by itself. So that's the second luxury item. And the third luxury item I want to talk about is my little electric toothbrush. Now this one was a spur of the moment purchase. I was going to a CVS to buy a travel toothbrush. I needed one for the trip, so I was going to buy one. And I saw this thing, and it runs on a little AAA battery, and it uses vibration. It doesn't weigh that much more than a regular travel toothbrush, but the vibration in it really cleans the gums and the teeth really good. And it just does a wonderful job. So I'm really happy with this little electric toothbrush. You know, and it's funny, on my last resupply box, I was talking to Duracell, and I told them, hey, you know, because in the resupply box I had an extra battery, and I was telling them, hey, I'm really happy that the little AAA battery that runs this thing, it lasted the 400 miles. From the start all the way to my first resupply box, the little AAA battery lasted the 400 miles. And I said, boy, it's a great toothbrush, and the battery lasts. This is fantastic. And my son looks at me and he goes, well, what do you expect? It's a Duracell. Game on. Game on. So that's the third item that I really like. It's a luxury item. Weighs a little bit more than a travel toothbrush, but it does a fantastic job. And the last item I want to talk about, just dropped the toothbrush. The last time I want to talk about is my Evernew 2-liter collapsible bag. This is made, Evernew Ultra Light Mountain Equipment. This bag here. Now normally I have smart water bottles. That's what I keep all my water in. But I wanted something that was collapsible so it would take up less space. And I wanted to be able to modify. Normally I just have a 750 milliliter water bottle, and that's all the water you need. There's so much water available on the Appalachian Trail, you really don't need to carry that much. But sometimes there are some dry spots, or if you're going into a campsite that doesn't have water, you want to have enough to cook that night, maybe for breakfast, and then get you going on the trail until you get to the next water source. So I wanted something to be able to do that. So I got this Evernew 2-liter collapsible bag, and this thing is fantastic. Now I know some of you use the CNOC. I have not had any luck with the CNOC. I had one on the Pacific Crest Trail, 2-liter. It didn't last 300 miles before it developed a leak. And I didn't use one on the Appalachian Trail the last time I did it in 2022. Then I got a CNOC for the Continental Divide Trail. It lasted 1 day before it developed the leak. 1 day. So, you know, I was kind of done with the whole CNOC thing. But MASH, as you know, one of my trail partners on the Continental Divide Trail, he had a couple of these, and I really liked them, and I ordered one, and this thing is just fantastic. 2 liters, collapses. Now, it's not as sexy, doesn't look as nice as the CNOC, And yeah, it's not as soft as a Ceenock. It just doesn't have that look and feel. It's just hard plastic and well built though, and it's about half the cost, you know, as the Ceenock. But it's holding up and it's doing great. So that's the bonus item there. This isn't a luxury item, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm so impressed with it. So those are the things I wanted to talk about today as far as equipment. And like I said, later on in one of the subsequent videos, I'll go through my big three and I'll talk about other items. But I want to talk about the luxury items. What am I carrying that just makes my life a little better on the trail? And those are them. So like I said, today's a 0 day. Won't be covering much on today because we're just going to go get some food and relax. Be back on the trail tomorrow, heading north. See you then.